1 year, bro. Lock in with Jesus for 1 year. But what does that mean? What does that actually look like? A few years ago, if someone would have told me, lock in with Jesus, I would have gone, well, what are you on about? What do you mean? Does that mean go to church every week? Does that mean read the Bible every day? Does that mean pray and pray and pray and pray every single day? Does that mean fast? Does that mean, follow these strict, rigid laws that the church, the religion, that the institution of Christianity has put into place every single day? No. Locking in with Jesus is something completely different, bro. And I really, really hope this video reaches the right people, because a lot of people I don't think they know what this means to lock in with Jesus. And I don't think they know what can happen in your life over the space of a year if you just let this happen. Locking in with Jesus, bro, is not about becoming religious. It's not about devoting your entire life, your routine and your habits to religion. Although Christianity is a religion by title, it's more of a relationship that we build with Jesus over time. And locking in with Jesus is exactly that. It's building your relationship with him. Because as you do that, you build your relationship with yourself. Jesus Christ is he's a divine mirror. He's a divine mirror to everything good in the world and everything good within ourselves. And the more we look in the mirror and become Christ-like and try and embark on this journey of getting to know Jesus more and more and more every single day, we get to know the best parts of ourselves. Mental, physical, financial, spiritual, professional, emotional, all these parts of ourselves that we've not even yet delved into. The parts of our past that we're ignoring, our insecurities that we're ignoring, our emotions that we're running away from, our reality that we are continuously running away from into short-term pleasures, temptations, things that are going to make us feel alive in the moment. At least that's what we think, but in reality all we're doing is distracting ourselves from the miserable life that we've created for ourselves over time. And by locking in with Jesus, we don't need to run away anymore, bro. You don't need to run away anymore, because it's with Jesus, bro. It's with Jesus that we can start stepping correct and growing into our own skin, growing into ourselves, growing into our confidence, growing into the man or the woman that we are meant to become. Not hiding away from who we are, hiding away from the mistakes we've made, hiding away from the things that we haven't yet faced or can't bring ourselves to face, hiding away from our own reflection, bro. And instead of focusing on everyone else's reality, famous people, successful people, rich people, powerful people, we can actually then start to focus on building our own reality with Jesus next to us. Jesus as our mentor, as our life coach, as our guide, as our business partner, as our friend, as our family. Because that's how it goes. Jesus is all of those things. A lot of people cringe and they hide away when they hear the name Jesus, bro. I used to do this when I was younger. When I was younger, less confident, more insecure, I used to hide away from Jesus. Are you understanding the kind of connection here? People run away from Jesus because they're still running away from themselves. Those that are brave enough to look Jesus in the eyes and say, look, I can't do this by myself, I need your help, are the exact people who are finally at a position in their life to acknowledge that they don't know what they're doing by themselves. They have problems. They have things that they're worried about. They have fears. They have things that they've not yet overcome, that they're not yet willing to even battle. And people cringe away when they hear the name Jesus, or they get angry, or whatever it is, because when they are faced with this eternal mirror, this divine reflection, it triggers something ancient within themselves that makes them angry, emotional, upset, resentful. and they run away. They start shouting. They start blaming things on others. They start projecting their own reflection of themselves onto the world because they can't bring themselves to look at the things within themselves that they need to work on in order to become the best versions of themselves. That's what it means to lock in with Jesus, bro. To lock in with Jesus means to let go of your own understanding that you know what's going on. Because guess what, mate? You just don't. You simply just don't. Every time we think we know what we are doing, every time we think we know that we know what's best for ourselves, it might work out for a week, a month, a year, a decade, but they will get to a point where we're left with nothing again. We're left at a point of confusion, a point of feeling lost, a point of confliction, because we don't have God by our side. Luckily for us though, Jesus isn't asking for us to be perfect. He's asking us for our hearts, and he will meet us, he will meet you, he will meet us all exactly where we are, as long as we allow him to. Surrender ourselves to him. Get down on our knees and say, look, God, you've made all of this happen. I've been leaning onto my own understanding for a minute now, and it doesn't seem to be working, so help me out. I'm having doubts, I'm having questions, I don't even know if I believe in you. But let me start on this journey. Let's see what happens. The next day, say the same thing. The next day, say the same thing. Over and over and over again. Because what will happen is the more you talk to Jesus, the more you will work through things in your own mind, in your own life, in your own psychology that you've been toying with and struggling with for so long. It is extremely interesting how it all works and how perfect God's plan is, and this divine design that we're all part of, and that by allowing Jesus into our lives, we can truly start unraveling this divine design and see it for what it truly is in a spiritual sense. Today is day, I'm hopefully gonna get this right. Today is day 244. I might be wrong. It'll be in the title. I've been busy today. My mind's all over the place. But it's something like day 244 of me making a YouTube video every single day for 365 days and seeing where God takes me. It's been a couple years now since I've really been stepping correct with Jesus. But I'd say it's been about a year now that I've really been stepping correct with Jesus. That I've been going to him every day. No, that's a lie. There's some days where I don't. There's some days where I forget. There's some days where I still lean onto my own understanding. But it's been about a year now that I've really been on this journey with Jesus. And it's currently day 244 of me locking in with YouTube, with God, with Jesus, and documenting my journey and sharing the lessons that I learned along the way. And it's been one heck of a ride, one heck of a journey, man. It really, really has. If I was really gonna sit here and try and explain everything that I've learned, all the things I've been through, all the emotions I've had, all the mistakes I've made, and everything that's happened, I'd be here for hours and hours and hours. But there is literally hours and hours and hours worth of footage on this channel now, so feel free to look back on some of the videos and take what you will from the content that I've made. But with all of that being said, man, lock in with Jesus, bro. Lock in with Jesus and start putting in the work. Your body is a temple. Look after it, diet, walk, go to the gym, stay active. How badly do you actually want this, man? And don't disappoint God. I'm going to leave it at that. I could make a whole nother video on this, but don't disappoint God, man. And don't disappoint yourself. If you're new to this channel, my name's Zach. I've basically just explained what this channel is, so I'm not going to do it again. But if you're not already subscribed, you know what to do. And I hope I've actually explained what I meant by locking in with Jesus. I think I did. If not, drop a comment and I'll try and explain it further. But yeah, there we go. Lock in with Jesus for a year. But that means starting today, bro. You can't just lock in for a year and it be a year. Locking in means starting now. Pray, speak to God, build your relationship with him, go to him with your troubles, go to him with your burdens, go to him with your ideas, go to him with your thoughts, work these things through, and eventually, over time, whilst working through these things with Christ, you will be revealed to the truth. Yeah, I'm glad I ended that. I'm glad I added that bit at the end. Peace. See you tomorrow. Bye.